I couldn't keep it up. My eyes are starting to hurt. Hi. What's going on? How we doing? It is hot. It's hot here today. It's like almost 90, which is record high for us. But storms are coming. Storms are coming! And it's going to cool off massively here. Maybe we'll get to see it even, because it's going to be right around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So hopefully we'll be able to see the storm come in. Not really, though, because it'll be coming from the west, and my camera's pointing out east. But maybe we'll be able to see it darken up, and maybe we'll get some heavy rain. They're calling for like hail and stuff. Not like, like in the Midwest. I saw Iowa had that bad tornado, and I mean, just it's been hitting everywhere, right? Those tornadoes have been crazy this year. So many people, so much damage. All right. I'm in Top Chat, so let's get into the right thing here. I'm out of practice. And Mr. Lando was first. Hi, Lando. Audra Meyer, I'm glad you got the notification. I saw your comment yesterday. Hi, and thank you. That was very nice. Jeff Kane, what's up, dude? Jenna P, Miss Jenna. There's Jay, Nano Aquarium Guy, and Matt. What's going on? I'm not sleeping today. Oh, you were sleeping yesterday? I could sleep today. My eyes are killing me. My eyes. I said that weird. I think it's just allergies. Allergies are getting bad. Bigfoot's not here. Dennis, we don't know where Dennis is. Dennis is around. Nancy B. Hi, Nancy. Aquatic Moose and Fathom. What's up, Alex? My buddy Stephen P. There's Outside In. Hello. The LRB thing. LRB, I saw your short. Outside In. Kyle, I saw your short. There is a story about LRB. If you say his name 3 times, he shows up. And they talked about that happening in a stream where somebody said his name 3 times and he showed up. Well, when Jason Depths Unknown was telling me that story, I was in his vehicle with, I was in his vehicle with Fishymon and Patty. Yeah, Patty, because Patty was sitting in a car seat. I don't remember who else. Was Skipper in the... Maybe Skipper was driving. Anyways, there was a few of us in the car, and I'm pretty sure Jason was telling the story, like, if you say LRB 3 times, he shows up. And he said LRB for the 3rd time, and LRB just went by in a van right by us. I was like, there he is! It works! The timing was just amazing. That was at the Keystone Clash a few years ago. So it does work. LRB does, say his name 3 times, and it does work. My shirt is almost as blue as my eyes. My eyes look pretty red right now. Look how sweaty I look. Like I said, it's like 90 degrees. And of course, the Garden of Eden. In a Garden of Eden, baby. Ever hopeful, hello. What's up? I do like the name change. Hello. It's good to see you. 2 days in a row. Hi, Dr. Awesome. Hello. And there's Tomatillo. Let's see, Jeremy, my friend. Hello, hello. I think I got everybody. Show us the bong. You just finished off. No, I don't do that stuff in the daytime. That's sleepy time. That's sleepy time. Stuff only. During the day, I don't ever do that. I think it's just allergies, because they are stinging right now. Could be just the sweat, too. And there's Sal. What's going on? I'm on the job search. Be lurking. Well, best of luck with the job search. Tell me some things, people. Tell me some things. What's going on with people? What's happening? There is Dan. Dan posted mail. The mailbox is Dan. What? Hi, Dan. I don't know you, Dan, unless you're somebody with a different name. Hi. And are you delivering mail? Are you the mailman? Dan is a mailman? I don't know. I'm confused, Dan. But hi. Red Laser, I missed Mr. Lesser. What's going on, dude? Is it, I know it's wildfire season there in Canada again. Is it, I haven't really looked though. Has it been bad? Tomatillo says, I'm about to set up a 20 high Killie tank. Nice. When I get back from the store. Very cool. Killies are on my short list for sure. They're, I do, especially the blue Galaris. That's my favorite one. But I do want to get some Killies at some point. I know that'll make Scotty happy. Steven wants to get a haircut. Probably should too. I should probably get a haircut someday here. Barbara Jackson Gordon, hello. What if Steven grows his hair out to Rico length? Do it! Do it, Steven. That would be awesome. I'm riding the wave of condensing the fish room. Just set up a big 40 breeder to house most of my favorite community fishes. Less quantity, more quality. Fun to use all the extra plants and hardscape. I'm with you. I'm with you, Moose. Fishfam.link, hello. I'm with you. I'm consolidating, definitely. Again, I'm getting to the point where some of my fish are starting to age out. You know, they're 4 years old, 5 years old. Not 5, they're 4. Right about 4. So, you know, I'll be making some changes here in the future. I just haven't totally decided what. You know, right now I have only one species only tank, which is the Godeids. And the others are, well, that's sort of species only because there's a bluegill in there and that's it. That's all that's in that tank is a bluegill. So I'm thinking about maybe focusing on live bears, different live bears, not guppies, but everything but guppies, like the half-beaks, like just some of the other Godeids, Limias, just all the different kinds. I've been thinking about that. Bionic Bigfoot says, almost a year for my hip replacement done June 6th. And how does it feel? There's a lawnmower going. Oh, it's the good neighbors. Here, we can look at him. There he is. That's my good neighbor. One of the good neighbors. There's some other good neighbors. I like those guys, though, right there. I'm glad when they come back every year. We don't even talk that much. We wave, and we'll have maybe 1 or 2 conversations the entire summer. It's perfect. You know, they don't want anything from me. You know, a lot of the other neighbors, when they knock on the door, they want something. People always want something all the time. And I don't ever do that. I don't want something. I don't want, it's a pain. But they don't. They live their lives. All right. Where was it? What if Steven we said that when we got Moose. Dennis with almost a year. I have to do it at some point. What kind of haircut would you get? Trim? You know, business like cutting? Definitely not business. I'll probably have long. God, my face looks horrible. Look at me. Jesus. My eyes are all swollen. I don't want to look at that. I will probably never have short hair again, but it is thinning very quickly, you know, especially back here. There's a big bald spot up here, and this is very, very thin. Like when the light's shining just right, you can really see, you know, and my hairline has gone way up in the last couple of years. So it's about, you know, time when age will force me to do something. But I have no idea what. I'll never do like the comb over or any of that kind of stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'll just let it keep growing. It'll be like all bald up here. It'll start like right here and just be, you know, I have no idea. Probably just a trim for me. What if we and Steven switch hairstyles? Long hair is too much cranium stimulation for me. Oh, gotcha. Benjamin Peters, hello. What's going on, dude? How many tanks do we have running now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8. And then I also have guppies outside in the tub. The pond isn't running at all right now. My pump died. So there's nothing going on with the pond. And plus the whole area is just bad. The whole area needs to be, it's all totally overgrown. Neither one of us, Michelle or I, have felt very good this last month. And this is when we normally would be getting the garden all ready. So we're way behind. Michelle's probably just going to do ornamentals this year, and then whatever, we've got asparagus in the garden. We'll probably have tomatoes again because they just always come up. But that's it. We're not gonna plant any veggies. We're just gonna do ornamentals. But we got to get a handle on it. So I don't know if I'm going to put any fish in the pond at all this year. Maybe some guppies, probably nothing. I'll probably skip the pond. Just let it, maybe a frog pond or something or whatever. I do have, the lilies from Kelly Foreman in there still, and they're doing great. My Creeping Jenny did really well over the winter, so it's taken over the whole top part of the pond. There's like a little 7-gallon like bog filter type thing, and it's taken over almost the whole thing. So a lot of work to do out there. It looks horrible. It really does. It's the worst it's ever looked. But so does the rest of the house. It really does. This room is gross right now. Most of it's like over behind the door. I was just messing around over there before. And most of the time that door is open all the way and I don't look behind it. And I just did. And there's like enough to make another dog. It's all dog hair. There's enough to make another one. And I gave Wally a bath today. And afterwards I was brushing him. And I said, Mom said it would happen. Hairy palms. There was nobody else here at the time. It was just me and the dogs. David was out doing stuff. Aiden, I haven't seen him yet today. I don't know if he's awake yet even. But as soon as Wally got out of the bathtub, he had the zoomies serious, like super zoomies. He was just going all over the place. So I took him outside for a walk and he was leaping and jumping and he just looked so happy. He just looked amazing. I loved it. I don't give him a bath that often. It's like once every few months he gets a bath. I don't think you need to wash them that much unless they get into stuff, Okay. I can braid it for you, put it in a ponytail or bun, Stephen. Not the bun. I don't think Stephen would look good with a bun. Maybe a ponytail. How about pigtails? Stephen, didn't you did the tiara. Why am I thinking you had pigtails one time? Maybe somebody else did the pigtails as a like a Halloween thing or something. I don't know. Something like that. Corys rocking everywhere. I would like to get some more Corys too. I've only have 2 different types. I have the panda Corys and the salt and pepper, the Paleatus, the high-fin Paleatus. Oh no, and I have some gold lasers too, but I don't see them too often. They're in the 55. Red Laser said the wildfires up near the oil sands in Alberta, way out the other way. I think they're in control now. Unfortunately, likely come again this summer. Gotcha. Stephen could just do dreads. Michelle's cousin has dreads, and he's had them for like a super long time, like decade. Barbara Jackson said, I cut my hair when it got stuck under me when trying to roll over in bed. That happens. Yep, that happens. My hair gets in my armpit sometimes. Like if I'll get it just right and I'm pulling my own hair in my armpit. That's happened to me, especially at night. Or like I'll be sleeping on my back and my hair's right there and Michelle will turn or something and like lean on it and pull it, boink, boink. It doesn't feel good. Annette, hi Annette. I want a cup of flour and 2 eggs. I don't know what that. What are you going to make with that? What does that make? Cup of flour, loaf of bread, stick of butter. Sesame Street. Remember that? Remember on Sesame Street where the little girl had to go to the store? She had to remember. TK Tropicals, what's up? No more pain and walking a lot more. Nice, Dennis. I'm glad that I'm glad that the hip did a good job for you because again, it's in my future. So it's good to hear. I have another friend who had his hip replaced, but he didn't do the physical therapy afterwards or anything, and he always had a lot of problems. So, it's good to hear the different, because I know it's coming. My left hip, it's definitely coming. It's bad. So I don't know. It's just good that you're not in a lot of pain. Silver Creek, I got it, Rico. Mullet. I did have a mullet. Yeah, I did have a mullet a long time ago. Deedekins. Hi, Dee. Bottom of the chat with Mikey B. What's up, Mike? It's good to see everybody. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I'm trying to get back into, streaming more often again. It's still very difficult to do, but I'm trying to get back into it, especially the nighttime ones. The focus-ons and stuff. I don't have too many guests signed up for the focus-on. Maybe I just need to reach out to people again. I stopped reaching out to people because some people got a little upset because I don't know. It's just a long story, but anyways. Oh, there's a nice breeze. Oh, that feels so good. Let's shut my door. That felt so good, but now, all right. Zenny, somebody wake up Zenny. Here, can you see that? Where's it at? There. Oh. 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 Sorry about that. Ta-da! Oh, I can't have the door shut. That's what I was going to say. Nancy B says, I have cucumbers are starting to bloom and one tiny lemon. We have asparagus that we planted, was it last year or 2 years ago? It wasn't that long ago, but it's doing really good, and I've already eaten a bunch of it. I love asparagus. I like to just go out and just break it right off and eat it just right there. That's my favorite way to eat asparagus, and I absolutely love it. It's so good. You have my head, do what you want. Everything is so much work. I feel your pain. I thought about doing that. Nancy B said I could send you rice fish eggs if you were interested in trying them again. I do want to do rice fish eggs. We'll talk, Nancy. We'll talk on Discord. I'll send you a message. Because it would be cool to do. And I do have some rice fish that I got from Sunny G. They're right over here. I haven't seen if they've spawned yet. There's 4 of them that survived. But I can't even sex them, so I haven't looked how to even sex them. But yeah, thanks, Nancy. I'll reach out to you and we can talk about, look at it. Tomato area trellis, it's hot as hell out there. It's 90 here. No, I'm sorry, it's 89 right now. Currently, it's 89 degrees. And we don't have air conditioning because most of the year we don't need it. That's a record high for us today. But, if you look at 2 o'clock today, we're supposed to drop down into the low 70s. It's coming up. Sorry. Look how tired I look. That's not weird or anything, is it? And then tomorrow the high is only 75. And then 75, 75, 75, 75, 68, 63, 69, giggity. 55 for the lows, so that's the thing. The nights aren't too bad either. I mean, the low for tonight is 55. So it's 90 today, but it'll be 55 for the low tonight. So it's, once the sun goes down, it cools off greatly. B stuff. All right, where was I at here? Oh, Would White Cloud minnows make it through winters in your area? Barbara, hi. Oh, I did say hi. I did say hi to Barbara Jackson Gordon. Yes, they did the first year. I had the golden white clouds in the pond, and they did great the first year. But I had a de-icer in the pond, the Tetra de-icer. Second year, they just that second summer they just blew up. There was so many of them, and they were so beautiful. They were just bright, and oh man, the reds, the colors were amazing. But my de-icer stopped the next winter, and they all perished. So they won't make it through without at least the de-icer. Maybe if I had left the pump running, that would be enough. I don't know if the de-icer, if it was the fact that it was warming the water just a little bit, or if it was that, oxygen exchange and everything, because it was a solid layer of ice. I didn't realize that the de-icer had stopped working, so it was just solid. So it could have been just that. I don't know. I don't know what caused them, if it was the cold or if it was, just the fact that there's no oxygen. So maybe if I had left the pump running, that might have been enough. We'll see. Hairy palms, yeah. DJ says, Sal says, I gave my neighbor a 20 about 8 months back. Now he's got a 55. I gave him plants, Pleco, a couple Grammies. He's thinking about a betta tank. Another one bites the dust. MTS is real nice. It's always good to spread the disease. Congrats, Jay. Wait, what? Jay. Oh, Jay caught it. The wax warmer. Please don't burn down your house with that wax melt. Yeah. That one was specifically for New York's wax melt. You couldn't really see it because I never fixed this. This little fish is supposed to blow up when it's, whatever fish is here is supposed to get big size so you could actually see it when you're trying to catch it. But it's messed up, and I haven't touched anything forever. So that wax melt thing is specifically for Zen Ginger. Jenna, too, a little bit. Jenna, you were involved in that conversation, but it was mostly Zenny. And it's got fire and stuff coming out of it. Zenny. I love that girl. I don't know if my hair has ever been quite long enough for proper pigtails. I've had them. Stephen would look hot in pigtails, Jeff said. Gabriel's glass boxes. What's going on? Whew. Does anyone here think that daily water changes are a bad thing? I don't. I've never done them. I don't know that a daily water change would be a bad thing. I suppose it depends on the fish. But I think most of the time, no. I think most of the time depends on how much it is too, though, right? How much you're taking out. All the good stuff is still left in there, even when you do a water change. So, but I guess it depends on how good your water is you're putting in. There's a lot of variables, right? Nathan. Hi, Nathan. What's going on? Skies are just beginning to darken here in northwest Pennsylvania. So that's probably about 3 hours then. J Rock, hello, sir. What's going on? That's probably 3 hours then until it hits us. It was saying 2 o'clock. Let me look at the radar. Because I'm really hoping we just get smacked. They were talking about hail. Oh, I don't see anything, really. I see what you're talking about, Caroline. Caroline. Yeah, I see that. You got a pretty good storm going over you right now, but there really isn't a whole lot compared to what I thought we were going to see. Maybe it'll strengthen. It is strengthening right now, the part that's going over Erie. So maybe that'll feed some into it. I don't know. We'll see. I hope we get a good storm. I'm dying for not like tornadoes and I would like to experience a tornado. I know that's dumb. I would love to experience a tornado and a hurricane, safely. I don't want people to be hurt, but I would love to experience those. Oh, Annette was being the neighbor that I don't like, always need something. A cup of flour twigs. Okay. I'm sorry. You know, I'm dense. Sometimes I just, don't get it. It happens quite often. They just always, it's weird because if they knock on the door, it's never just to say hi, they want something. The neighbor just got out of jail after he was gone for months, 6 months or so. And first time I saw him, he asked me for $20. I'm like, wow. Hey, welcome back. Show some love by liking the video. Yeah, I appreciate it. I like mullets back in the day. All the cool peoples had them. Mullets are cool again. Matt wants a reach around. See, everybody wants something. Boots and Cats. Hi, Rachel. I had a hip replacement and I'm in so much better. No pain. Good to hear, TK. And how long ago was yours? How long ago was your hip replacement, TK? Shit, what was I going to do? Oh, I was going to show you. I've showed you this picture before, the mullet. Where is it? I thought I named it. I guess I didn't. What the hell? Sorry, hold on. Bear with me. I've shown it before. It's the one with me and my ex-wife standing in front of our condominium. But I'm not seeing it. That's weird, because I know I've showed you before, and I thought I saved it with a good name. Let's see, we sorted by type. Let's go to images. It's going to drive me crazy. It always drives me crazy because I have so much trouble finding this image every single time. And I swear I named it something to make it easy to find, but it's neither one of the two things I thought I named it as. Hold on, I'm getting there. There's me when I shave my head. All right, never mind. Never mind. I did have a mullet. I showed the picture, though. Still plan to go to the Clash. Currently, yes, that's still the plan. Again, my daughter and... Sorry, my daughter and my wife are both going. We're going to have the vendor table there with Ed, Chattanooga Ed. We're splitting the table with him. I don't have anything to sell, but Ariel's going to be doing some different merch, some magnets and stickers and prints and stuff. I don't know if she's going to be doing any mugs or T-shirts or any of that kind of stuff, but Ed's got quite a few different things too. Quite a few. Okay, I am way behind. I see a bunch more people came in. I said hi to Rachel, Boots and Cats, Uncle Smiley's, hello. We should set a date up for sometime this summer. Oh, for the Focus On. Okay, Jeff. Yeah. Yep, that would be good. Scrolling down now, getting back to where I was at. Nathan said the other day it feels like I was 113. I seriously almost lost it. Wife and I was mowing the lawns, and the last one I couldn't continue. I had to drench myself with all. Yeah, I bet. I remember those days. I mean, it's different, Florida, Arizona, but the humidity's not there. But still, once it's over 100 degrees, it's friggin' hot. And I did construction work in Arizona, summer times. But I did trim work for the last time I did it. So I was indoors. I was basically using a coping saw on baseboards so that they fit together perfectly. So you didn't have to use any caulking or anything. So that was basically my job. Is I just stood there all day doing the baseboards and coping the corners so that they matched perfectly. I did that for 8 hours a day, but only for a few months. It was right when we left Arizona. My contract I worked for State Farm, and my contract had expired, and they wanted to hire me again, but we were moving to New York, and they didn't have anything available up here, so I did construction for like the last 4 months. Lady Rorschach, hi. Urgent plea from someone local for me to take in a couple goldfish. Now, I was expecting this morning. Excuse me. Oh. Let's see. We said hi to Nathan. Lawns. Only doing 3, though, and saving 3 for tomorrow. See, again, this isn't normal for us. There's Mark. Hi, Xanadude. This is not, this is not normal. Should be right about a record high today. Usually this time of the year, we're still in the 60s. So to hit 90 is pretty crazy. This summer, I think, is going to be a rough one. So we might actually have to spring for some little portable air conditioners or something. Ariel's got an air conditioner in her room because she's got the axolotl, so she keeps her room nice and cool. But she's the only one who has an air conditioner. We have 2 more of them in the basement, but they're just, I don't even know if they're any good. They've been sitting in the basement for so long. I personally don't like air conditioning. I like to have windows open, and most of the year that's great because we get that breeze off the lake. So you set up your fans correctly so that they're blowing through the house the right direction each time of the day, and the house stays nice and cool. It'll stay in the 70s. So plus it's nice on the electricity bill, That's a positive. We'll go from a $500 electricity bill in the wintertime to, $120 electricity bill in the summer. So we said hi to Xanadude. Xanadu, now you are here. And that's not where he got his name from. Not from the Olivia John one, from the Rush song, Samuel Coleridge. No, who did, Coleridge, right? Lady Rorschach said the woman who has them admits they're not being well taken care of. They're pretty big, 3 inches across and a 10-gallon. Aw, they look really sick. I hope I can help them. I hope you can too. It's good, at least somebody that's going to have them that knows what they're doing. Lady R knows what she's doing. B Wizzle, what's up, Brandon? Good to see you, man. Hope you had a fun trip when you went to, what was it, Cleveland, Ohio? I can't remember where you said you were heading into Ohio for that comedy thing. I hope you had a good time. Third Testicles would be a great band name. 2 Testicles would be good. Third Testicles. That's from a joke. That was from a joke. I don't remember the whole thing. I just remember it was a Tickle Me Elmo thing. And the lady was working at the factory with the Tickle Me Elmos, and she was supposed to give it 2 test tickles to, test the Elmo to make sure it was laughing. And instead, she sewed on the 2 testicles. A sailfin pleco that ended up being twice the size, lady said. He's injured, still trying to get him healed up, Rachel said. Nancy B says, it's raining pretty good here now. I wish it would. I'm looking forward to it. What did Coro said? Where'd it go? It jumped. There he is. Coro, hi, Coro. Walk through a car wash. It can't be that different. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different, I think. Besides, with my luck, I'd be one of those people that got caught on the booty take. These boots and cats, use your hands to come and heal it once again. Booty take. I have to mow at least one. I've been putting it off for 2 weeks now. I just mowed the other day. It looks pretty good out there. It looks very pale. That's just the camera, because it's super green out there. but it looks sort of yellowish. Even the ash that's dead, that tree right in the middle there, it's still got some greenery on it. That's going to have to be cut down relatively soon. The ash borers got to that tree, so it's it's relatively soon. 88, there we go. 88, and then look tomorrow. What does that say? 70. Does it say 70? I think it says 70. Look at the difference. But it's already past 88 right now, so at least here at home. Lady Rorschach says she has 3 convicts too, but I don't have a proper setup for them. Would anyone want to ship them, rehome them? I do not want any convicts, no. I know they're one of the ones that people, they breed so crazy and nobody can get rid of them. TK said it was 7 years ago for his hip replacement. Nice. Well, I'm glad you got it done, and damn, I needed to get it. It caused me so much pain, and then sometimes it just locks up on me too. Like I'll just be standing there, and if I turn the right way, it locks, and then it's involuntary. I go, huh! or ah! Or some weird noise, and people look, you all right? I was like, yeah, just my hip, because I can't help it. It's not a noise that because it's sort of shocking, and it's just, like that. Rachel said I had a mullet as a kid. My dad cut it. It was terrible. Most men name it. Sorry, my bad. You were talking about a pig. Most men name it. I never did. Little Elvis. Michael, what's up, Long Family Show? Good to see you. Hope we see you at the Clash again this year. I hope we see a lot of you guys at the Clash again this year. It's not that far away. It's coming up quick. First weekend in October. And I don't know. I know a lot of people are going to be making it. We're going to be missing some of our regulars, unfortunately, but I know a lot of it. A lot of people are still coming. Nathan said, is the pellet thing still a thing? I've missed too many streams. You haven't missed too many streams because this is only the second one I've done this month. And the pellets are still a thing. I know I suck at that right now. It's just because I haven't been streaming. There we go. So Heather Green is still in the lead, but not Rachel's very close. Rachel's very close. And I know I said I was going to end it last month, but this month, definitely, as soon as we hit the end of this month, I will, whoever is in first place will get their choice of merch and, all the little other benefits that you get for being in the lead. And I'm going to keep doing it, but I don't know if it'll be monthly. It just depends on how I do going forward, right? Like we were monthly there for only like 3 months, and then I just had everything going on and couldn't stream. So it might be monthly. It might be 2 months. It just depends on how often I stream. I don't think it's fair if I stream once a month, And again, I'm always going to put Myrtle at the very, very top. He'll always be way at the very top. He'll always be in the first place there. I keep doing this today. It's that old man thing. I notice I always do it in videos too. Like when I go to make a point, I'll say something about, but this plant, it's all the time. Ooh, I hear Wally. Hey, Wally, you want to come say hi? Oh, the loud truck is back. Wally hates that truck. Hates it with a passion. I'm not a fan either, though, honestly. Wally, come say hi. It's just so loud, and they come and go constantly throughout the day. And sometimes they leave and then come back 2 minutes later, and then they leave and they come back 2 minutes later, and they're always like flying up that little street. Wally. 11 got a haircut. You got to see 11. 11. Come here, Hootie. 11. 11. Come here. Wally. You're dicks. You're both a couple of dicks. Jerks. Watch, now they'll come in. I want you to see 11. She looks so cute with her haircut. She looks so much younger. Her hair was so long. The bad thing is, though, she's got those huge ears, and she had that Papillon hair, you know, that's just all, and that got all trimmed up. Mikey B says record average of 80. I'm afraid of what June is going to bring. B Wizzle said hot in Cleveland. I wasn't at Ohio Fish Rescue long. My friend was with me, but went to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, where the legend Mothman was from. Oh, gotcha. The Mothman. Is it somewhere else, too? Is that in Pennsylvania, too, Mothman? What do they have? And then Connecticut has something, too. All of those types of things. Jeff says it's only 55 there today. Nice. Yeah, I heard that too, Jay. Jay says August is going to be scary in Florida. I'm sure there will be more storms than usual. I've heard that as well. That this year is going to be difficult hurricane-wise. Just the temperatures of the ocean and stuff, right? Xanadude is Olivia Newton-John on roller skates in a trench coat. I love Olivia Newton-John on roller skates in a trench coat. I had a major crush on Olivia Newton-John before the Physical album came out, but I did see her in concert for that tour. She was always like, when I was younger, in the 70s, she was always a crush that I had. There was just something about her voice and about her. I had a bunch of posters of her and stuff. Her and Susan, Susan Anton. Susan Anton, the Farrah poster, you know, the famous Farrah poster. Susan Anton, she was in some movie where she was like a track star. Something like Golden Girl. Not the Golden Girls. Susan Anton. Golden Girl? Golden. Let's look that up. Golden Girl. Yeah, Susan Anton, 1979. There's the poster. Here's the poster. I had this one. Wow, that brings back some memories. Let's see. Window capture. That's the one I was using. Let's make sure it's right. It is, there it is, Susan Anton. And there we go. I had that poster. It's the hair. It's the hair, people. I still have a thing for that kind of hair. I find that kind of hair incredibly, enjoyable. Yeah, that's always been the thing, is that hair. But I had that poster, 1979. How did I get on that? Oh, because I was talking about Olivia Newton-John. Maritza thinks I freeze her in the house. I like it at 66 to 68. Is that too cold? Yeah. I get it. We in the winter time, we keep the house at 62. So, I like the cold a lot. I really enjoy cold. Oh, some clouds are coming in. Just little ones, though. I really like it colder. Really, my perfect temperature's 50s. Like I'll wear shorts outside in the 50s as long as the wind's not bad. As long as the wind chill isn't bad. But sleeping at night, 50 degrees. Even a little bit below 50 is okay. Windows open. I won't even use a blanket at 50 degrees. That's just perfect. Absolutely love that sleeping weather. It just feels bracing and cleansing, cold water. Salient, what's up? Did I steal your pick? Which one? Susan Anton? Elaine, hi Elaine. I designed a bird feeder that only woodpeckers and chickadees could get into and left it up all summer with suet, and they hatched so many extra babies that they kept the ash borers away. Nice. That's pretty cool. I do have that bird buddy that Killer Kitty gave us out there now. It jumped on me too. I got to scroll back up. Here, let me try 11, please. Come on. Sorry, I've got to scroll back up because it jumped on me big time. There's Big Steve. Hi, Big Steve. Man, it really jumped. $83 there in Canada, said Red Lacer. 91 with the so it's almost yeah, that's identical. Well, it's 80. It's 89 here and 91 with the. That's the feel like. All right, I'm just going to scroll down because I know I missed some stuff. We saw Jesse come in. Okay. Lady R says, I entered a local contest in my local humane society in which people have to have inventive strategies for animal control to watch a wild Bigfoot that wandered into town. To catch. I said to watch. To catch. Nice. There's Melvin. What's up, Melvin? I thought about my submission way too much and tried to be all scientifically analytical. Did I say hi to Shady Grady? I don't know. I had her on my bedroom wall. I don't know if I said hi, Shady Grady. Hi. My dad named my sister Farah after her, Mike B said. That hair is still beautiful. Looks like my natural hair. I hate it. Rachel, you shouldn't. No, that... I still got the picture open right there. I don't know what it is about hair. Always had a thing for hair. Okay. Adam McReynolds. Hi, Adam. What's going on? I hope everybody's doing good. So, again, I have been totally out of the loop. So what's been happening with you guys? Anything going on? Anything happening in your lives? Anything good? Anything horrible? Anything, fun? I haven't watched any live streams in forever. Jesse said, I finally got monetized. Nice. Congratulations. Mikey B said, I sleep with it at 63 with a ceiling fan and box fan on for the noise. I can't sleep in absolute silence. Oh, I can. And we do have, it's not absolute silence, but again, the windows are open. My side of the bed is right next to a window. Like I can reach the window laying in bed. That's how close it is. So I can reach over and, pull up the blind a little bit or something like that if I need to. And it's just birds and wildlife that I hear all night, because across that street, which, that our bedroom's right over here, so it's right across the street, is just some woods. It's not a lot, but there's probably, 5 acres, 10 acres of woods. So there is some stuff, there's a lot of fox and things like that around. Plus, it's all connected to the other woods and stuff. There's state parks all around us. We're totally surrounded by state parks. They're getting worse, aren't they? Yeah. Old age, it'll do that to you. I feel like shit. Beep, beep. Somebody honked their horn. I came in at Susan Ann, thought, okay. Kelly Foreman is here. She has a meeting at 1 o'clock. Wally's barking because the car honked. He doesn't like honks. He doesn't like honks. He doesn't like honkies. He doesn't like honks. Oh, Big Steve, I got a kayak. Maiden voyage this weekend if the weather cooperates. Congratulations. What did you get? That's awesome. God, I miss my kayak. I miss it so much. I mean, it's right over there, but I can't even get in and out of it anymore with everything. I can't do it. We do have a little John boat too. It's a little 16-foot, just a rowboat, but I could put a motor on it. I could put an outboard on it. I thought about getting just like a little trolling motor, just electric trolling motor. and using that. So at least I could get out on the water a little bit because, man, I miss it. It was so good for me. I didn't kayak. Most of the time, I didn't kayak for the exercise. Most of the time, the kayaking was more like a Zen type. Just reconnecting with nature and just enjoying the peace and quiet, doing some bird watching. It was exercise, but not like I didn't go hardcore. Just sometimes I did. Sometimes it was all about, just going, just paddle. Because sometimes you just fall into like an envelope. You're just like everything. Just it's effortless. You're just. And it doesn't even feel like you're trying, and you're just flying across the water. When that happens, when you fall into that, it's just such an amazing feeling. But most of the time, it was just about enjoying nature and stuff. One of my favorite things to do is paddle into the wind in the bay. The bay's not huge, but paddle into the wind and then get my book out and my beer, put my feet up, and just let the wind just blow me across the bay. I like being blown across the bay. And then I'd paddle back and do it again, So lots of paddling and lots of blowing. That was my life. But yeah, what kind of kayak did you get, Big Steve? And I would love to see some footage if you go. And I hope you do get to go. John McKenzie. Hi, John. John McKenzie's been around since the beginning. He was at my very first live stream, and he's been to just about every one. He leaves comments on videos all the time, and I really do appreciate you, John McKenzie. It's been, just about 4 years now. June is 4 years that I joined the community. I didn't really start doing a whole lot, creating videos and stuff until like October. But June is when I started hanging out with the community 4 years ago. So it's really not been that long. Made a lot of good friends, though. Greenstalk planter is here. I don't know what a greenstalk planter is. I'll have to look that up. Salient said, okay, well, that's the first time I caught one of these things. What happens now? It automatically gives you 1,000 pellets. So it's just sort of a fun thing. And you can only catch it once, so you try and catch them all. Currently, there's 31 of them, I think. 31 or 32. There's 31 or 32 of them right now. I'm doing this because that's it. That's it right there. That little... But I still have a ton more. These are all, again, for people that don't know, that's why this is, instead of a Pokeball, it's Steven's logo, because these came from What's Your Fish. He gave me the artwork from What's Your Fish to use for this. So it's just for fun, and it gets you 1,000 of the pellets if you are the leader at the end of the month. This time has been 4 months. If you're the leader, then you get some merch, up to $25 for my Amazon merch, which is, a bunch of shirts, and there's some other stuff there. I can't remember what else I have there. And then you also get some little things like you'll get a noise when you come into the stream, which I got to check that too, just in case, because I have a feeling. Yep. Here we go. Okay. And you get control of a filter. Like you get to, change one of the filters. Like Brooklyn Bell has the eggplant. Zenny has the sloth. Oh God, who was it? Rachel? Who has a Kalish? Kalish has a pea pod with boobs. So you get to, you get a filter, it's just fun stuff. A sit on top pedal kayak. Oh, gotcha. Is it a Hobie? The Hobie's made some really good of the pedal ones. Pedaling ones are pretty cool because it, leaves your hands free, and it's a different style of paddling, but it's still paddling. it's still kayaking, and they're really good for anglers, because you got your hands free. You're not holding on to that. But I've only ridden in a peddling a Hobie once. The guy that I got my kayak from, he has those. He loves those because his main goal is catching fish. So the peddling ones make a lot of sense for him. Kelly gave us the link. There it is. I'm planting herbs in it. Kelly, we know what kind of herbs you're planting. Greenstalk garden. Basket weave planters. Well, those are pretty cool. Yeah, take a look at that when you get a chance. What the link that Kelly dropped there. We have a little hydroponic herb thing. It's got the light and everything built on it. Arrow Garden, I think. Is that the one we got? I think it's the Arrow Garden. And Michelle actually just mostly uses it to start some of her stuff that she plants outside. Brother Dan. Hi, Brother Dan. Hello, sir. What's going on? Shady Grady says, I used to be able to walk fore and aft in a canoe without fear of falling, but now that I'm older, I've lost. Same here. Yeah. I used to be able to stand up in my kayak. It's a sit on top as well. It's a Wilderness Systems Tarpon 14. So it's a 14-footer. And it's, it's pretty stable, but it was also a 14-footer. So it was pretty quick. It was a good hybrid between sit-ins and sit-ons. And I love that kayak. It was perfect for me. I paddled probably 1,000 miles in it all told. Let's see. Jeff says, I did another live stream from the kayak last weekend. I didn't see any of them, man. See, I haven't been watching anything. I'll have to go check it out. That's pretty cool, though. I love that. Lady Rorschach said, I'd love to try kayaking or canoeing someday, just for the reasons Rico described. It's so good. It's so good. I've kayaked out into Lake Ontario so far that I couldn't see land around me at all. And it was a very mild day, so it wasn't, there wasn't like a lot of wind. I'm just sitting there, and you're just, the waves. It's probably a little slower than that. It's probably like, you just sit there and there's an amazing feeling that you get when you kayak. You're just in it doesn't have to be a kayak, it could be a canoe, just a tiny boat like that though, and you can't see land. You can't see land around you. I read a book, I think his name was Chris Hutchinson. I think that was the name of the book. He paddled the Inside Passage out there on the west coast of United States and in Canada. He paddled the Inside Passage there. And he talked about the crossing and being out there and that feeling that you get when you can't see land and you're in something that is so small, and it really does something to you that's a positive thing. I think it sort of helps with your priorities and how you see yourself in the world. It's very humbling too when you just become this tiny part, because sometimes you just get so full of yourself and your problems and your life, and you get out there and you realize that all that stuff is small. It's not the end of the world. And I just that's something I think I miss the most, is getting out there far enough to where you can't see land. I mean, it was also fun just to go back into the creeks and stuff, and there's nobody around. You don't hear any humans. There's there's a few different beaver dams and stuff, and it's just so many times I would just stop paddling and I would just sit for 10-15 minutes just sitting there, just listening, just looking, doing nothing else, not thinking about anything. It's you're meditating basically, but you're just sitting there and you're just enjoying that trip, and you're enjoying nature. And then something would happen, like there's a lot of carp in the bay, especially in the back part there, and when they're spawning, There was so many times I would get scared by a carp and scream like a little girl, just because I'd be sitting there and be totally quiet, nothing moving, and then a carp would jump like up on the front of my kayak. And they're good size, but it's not that I'm afraid of the carp. It's just that it's something startling. It scared the shit out of me. And then, of course, like the mute swans, I've talked about that in the past, where it come around a corner in the reeds, and there'd be a mute swan on its nest there, and it would sit up and start hissing at you. And because you're sitting down, that mute swan's taller than you. And when they can reach you and they're like, it's fucking scary. It's scary, Even geese that happened to me. Beaver, when a big beaver is slapping the water, with his tail telling you to get out of there, you want to leave. You do. You want to leave. And there's a lot of those back there. Some good sized beaver. I'm sorry. Vanosky, hello. What's going on, Vanosky? I like being blown across the bay, discussing his hunt for wood. Kelly likes to kayak and canoe. Really, I need to get out there again. I really need to get out there again. I just need to somehow, I don't know how. Yeah. Zenny won't wake up. I thank you for trying, though. She missed yesterday too, and she felt horrible. And I miss her. She said she misses my face. Zenny's been so supportive, and we've been talking a lot over the last, since Myrtle's passing. I mean, we've always been friends, but we've gotten to be a lot closer over the last, couple of months. And she brightens my day quite often with messages and stuff, and I really do appreciate her. Oh. Where is that noisy Zen? All right. I gotta scroll back up. Elfish, what's up? Are you guys getting a storm right now? It looked like you were earlier, and it's just starting to get darker here, and the wind is starting to pick up. So you can see it's overcast now. Let's get rid of the leaderboard. It's not that dark out there. Again, the camera does weird stuff because it's indoors. It's looking out the window. I think if it was outdoors, we'd have a much better picture, much more accurate, I think. But I haven't changed any of the settings on it. It's all through the it's not even the camera settings that need to be changed. It's Droid Cam OBS is the plugin that I use for it, and it does its own thing. Gabriel, we'll see you. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Hope you have a good day. It's a Brooklyn kayak. I like it. I'll probably upgrade, but I know how this goes. Next year will be a bass boat. Gotcha. That kind of herb is illegal in Indiana. Yeah. So it's spreading, right? It's spreading. It's been very helpful for me here. It's legal in New York State, and it's been very helpful for me recently with sleep and stuff. Again, it's only a nighttime thing for me. I don't do it in the day. I don't do it recreationally, which nothing against people do. I mean, I used to a lot, but these days it helps me sleep, and it's amazing how much it helps me sleep and how much better my sleep has been. But I do sleep a lot, like a ton, and I take naps in the afternoon still too. But hey, I'm an old man.
Even if I don't sound like an old man, look at my face. God, I look horrible. I look horrible. Oh, no.
Did that work? I haven't been messing with any of those sounds. There's nothing coming in that's causing anything to happen. So I don't know if all that stuff is still working. I haven't messed with it in forever. Nathan said, I want to sell my yak and get a new one that is pedal drive. I'd just have a cheaper one from Bass Pro Shops. I mean, they have come a long way. The cheaper ones have come a long way. Like 10 years ago, if you spent $200 on a new kayak, you were getting a piece of crap that was very hard to paddle. Nowadays, that's not the case. You can spend $200, $250 and get something that's decent. It's not going to be, the best, but, and again, it depends on what you want. A sea kayak if you're out in the ocean or something. Brookley Bell. Brookley's here. Brookley Bell. Brookley Bell. Brookley Bell is here. Hi, Brookley. You can get something that's okay now for that kind of money. So mine originally was like $2,500, I think. I got it used. So I didn't spend $2,500 on it. Nowadays, I think they're down to about $1,400 for that same one. But again, I haven't looked at any of it forever. I haven't paddled a single time in probably 3 years now. Lots of paddle boarding. That's one thing I've never tried, and maybe that's something I should. Even though my hip is messed up, it might be easier for me to try the paddle boarding. I do still have decent balance, and that might be good enough. I might be able to. So maybe I should try the paddle boarding one of these times. There's a place it's pretty far. It's over in Rochester, so it's like an hour and a half actually from us. Oh no, it's on this side of Rochester, so it's only actually about 45 minutes. That's nuts. And they'll let you test out any kayak or paddleboard that they have there. You can go and paddle around and check it out. So I should just go try that. I should go try it. Nathan said, I've used it less than 10 times and only once in the saltwater to sit on, and I've raised the seat higher. Used to have a trolling motor on it with the foot pedals so I could turn so I could fish easier. Yeah, mine, again, I got mine from a guy who used it purely for fishing, and he had hooked up. There's a company, I think it's in Maine, might be Connecticut. I can't remember where it's from. They're called Bass Yaks. Let's go look. Bass Yaks. Maybe they're not even in business anymore. This is forever. Connecticut. Bass Yaks. Do they have? Here we go. Oh, I don't know if they're still in business because their actual website no longer has anything. Here you go, though. This shows you at least you can see here. So I don't have the motor for this, but my kayak still has all of everything else. It's got the mount. So I don't have the trolling motor. That's all I need to get. It takes just a 12-volt battery. It does have all the rigging still for it. 12-volt, yeah. It's the same little one as like those Power Wheels vehicles for kids. See if they have any more pictures. They don't have any more pictures. Well, there's another image of it right there. That's sort of what it looks like. I even have the Bass Yaks sticker on there, except I took the B off, so it's just Ass Yak. I took the B and the S, so it's Ass Yak. That's the name of my kayak, is the Ass Yak. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay. Jen Yu, hi Jen Yu. What's going on? Thank you everybody for coming in. There's 38 people. I appreciate you coming in, hanging out with me. I know, for those fishy people, we don't talk about fish too much, but nobody told me about any good stuff going on. I was looking for bad stuff, good stuff. I want to catch up with you guys on what's going on in your lives, you know? Lando said blanket hello. He was the first one in. Hello, Lando. Just coming back in. Okay. There we go. Lady R said, I know it's a terrible joke, but when I heard the term beaver dam, I always think of the Portlandia joke. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. Why is something so chokeable so boldly aggressive? Wait, what were we talking about? Why is something so chokeable so boldly aggressive? What were we talking about? Something so chokeable so boldly aggressive. Are you talking about my penis? I think Steven's talking about my penis. It's boldly aggressive and very chokeable. Hitting us now. Just moved in. Got dark fast. So yeah, it's still a little ways from us then. Let's go look at the radar again. I hope we just get smacked. They said it was, going to be hail. There was going to just be, it was going to be crazy, but I don't think so. Not unless it blows up. I mean, I'm not seeing anything. Seriously, is this not catching up? Oh, there it comes in. Nah, it's really going to have to. It's hard to say because some of it's coming over Lake Erie, so it is going to reinvigorate it, but I don't know. Right now, it doesn't look like it's. I was hoping at 2 o'clock we would get a storm and I could have it on the stream. And see you, Kelly. She's probably already gone. Isn't a beaver dam a nose? Brookley Bell, finally I'm down to where Brookley was. I'm not too far. I'm only 7 minutes behind. That's not bad. I'm driving home from dropping Brogan off with his dad. Try not to cry. Oh, 9 weeks. That's going to be tough. Blanket hugs, everyone. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. 9 weeks. It's good to see you, though. Never thought I'd miss seeing a flaccid eggplant. Uh-oh. Is that the Zen Ginger? I'll have to get down there. I want to build one of those folding origami kayaks out of Coroplast, but if I can hardly fund to do it, then I definitely can't afford the name brand. I've always been interested in those too, those folding ones. And I actually did have a Foldbot? F-O... Damn, now I'm drawing a blank. It's a really old one. It was in horrible shape. It's a canvas and stuff. So it's a wooden frame that you could... It didn't fold down super small like the origami ones do, but it was I think it was Fold Boat, but spelled B-O-T, right? I bought it from a person who hadn't taken care of it. Foldbot. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the skin on wood, though. It was a really, really old one. They've been making them for 79 years. 79 years. And it's not even fold, it's F-O-L-B-O-T. Foldbot. Foldbot. I didn't paddle that one too much, though. I don't know. I just didn't care for it as much. We also had an inflatable one that was actually pretty good, Sevalor. They've been making the same one since the 60s. But we got a skeg to put on. It's just a plastic rudder, basically. And that made a huge difference with it. Because before, it would windcock so bad. It was horrible. It was hard to paddle in any kind of wind at all. But once you got the skeg on it, it worked out pretty good. Michelle used that one the most. We kayaked the Erie Canal a couple of times in the winter in it. She tried. She did it for me. She didn't enjoy kayaking. she did it for me, just to, because I was enjoying it so much. We lived a little bit farther south. We didn't live here, and I was kayaking like the Erie Canal quite often because that was only 15 minutes away from us. And the Erie Canal is nice because it's got a 1 mile per hour current from the west to east. So you go put in, with the current, and even if you start getting tired or something, it's only 1 mile an hour, but you're still moving, But if you can also definitely paddle against it, pretty easy too. I actually did my fastest paddling ever. God, I don't remember what it was, but I had a GPS, marine GPS on it, so I was able to track it. There was a guy who was circumnavigating the eastern part of the United States. So he went down the Mississippi River from Minnesota. He went all the way down to Mississippi, out into the Gulf, around Florida, came back up, and then went from New York City. He didn't go all the way around. He went from New York City up the Hudson to the Erie Canal and then across Lake Erie. But he was paddling on the Erie Canal on that day. I was following his trip, and I wanted to meet him. I wanted to say hi to him. I thought it was a really cool adventure. And we missed each other by just like 2 miles. I paddled so hard that day. I was just going because I wanted to get to where he was at on the canal, and we just never crossed paths. And it turned out he had stopped like a mile up from where I ended up. It sucked not being able to meet him. Facebook Marketplace has lots of small used boats all the time, Lane says. Yeah. The only problem I see with those is everybody thinks their kayak is worth exactly what they bought it for, it seems like. You don't really get a good discount. Maybe that's changed. Again, I haven't really been into the kayaking world for almost 10 years now. So it used to be, though, somebody would buy a kayak for $1,500 and want $1,400 for it. I hardly paddled it. Well, yeah, but it's used. And maybe that's changed, maybe because there's so much, they've gotten a lot more cheap ones that are, or less expensive, I should say, that are decent quality. Maybe there is a lot more out there. Nathan said, I spent $800 or $900, I forget, but it's 12 foot. Originally got a 10 foot, but it's too tippy to fish. Yeah, 12 is better. And, generally speaking, the longer the kayak is, the faster it is, generally speaking. Got Break Green. Sal says he'll be back. That mount is $499. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm way behind again. Okay, there we go. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody come in. Of course, you took the B off. Yeah. Ashyak was Rico's nickname in college. Yeah. Tomatillo says, I'm elbow deep in moving tanks and fish, not just the 20 high from earlier. I'm doing massive rearranging. What got into you to do that? You just felt like it needed it? Geese. Their necks are very grabbable. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember what we were talking about. That's I couldn't remember what we were talking about. Yeah, geese, definitely. But when you're in a kayak and you're about the same height as a goose, or, the mute swans are big. Mute swans are very big. Geese, obviously, half the size. But still, when you're right there, and especially when you don't know it's there, like I'm paddling through reeds where it's about the width of the kayak, and I'm having to struggle to paddle even just, because there's not much room there. I'm hitting reeds and stuff. I did not see those geese at all. I didn't see them at all. It was sitting very still. And I got up to it and I put the paddle over this way, and it sort of split the reeds open just a little bit. And that goose was right there and, hissing at me and doing it was sitting on its egg. So it's, the swan scared me a lot more, but I was still scared of the goose. I get scared of all that stuff because it startles you. You're just not expecting it, And again, you're sort of vulnerable. If I was standing up and a mute swan, not so much, right? Still, a little bit. They, if a mute swan's coming at you, you get a little, I don't care who you are, you get a little, oh, what do I do? But when you're sitting down and you're the same height as them, yeah. And I'm glad we figured out what we were talking about being chokeable. Silver Creek says the storms are starting here right now. Big weather warnings. Yeah. I know you guys have had just Houston is in that area has just been smacked. If you want bad stuff, I'm still grumpy about fins and fluffers and overly moody at times for no good reason. Fins and fluffers? I'm Jeff. Yeah. What was fins and fluffers? Grumpy about fins and fluffers. See, I'm so out of the loop. I don't know. Was that fight? Was that the fight? Zanny. There she is. It's good to see you. I was talking about you, Zen Ginger. It was all good, though. For fuck's sake, Zen. Steven. Chokeable and aggressive. Woo, I was thinking of my wife. Jarina's too much. Poor Maritza. I'm going to tell her you want to choke her. Oh, full bots are cool too. Those are like canvas. Yeah. Canvas over. I think they have like aluminum frame ones too, but the one I had was wood, was a wooden frame. And it had joints and stuff so it could fold down just a little bit. It wasn't like a super foldable one, but it still took up a lot less space altogether. Geek Boy, where's he at? There he is. Kepler folding bolts were very nice too. I don't know if I've even seen the Kepler ones. And what's the company that makes what's the deal with there's a company out of the Northeast that has the wooden ones, the wooden kayaks. They're not foldable. They're works of art. They're so beautiful. I want one so bad. They're amazing. Geek Boy, do you remember? Klepper, not Kepler. They both sound familiar. A company that does skin-on-frame sailing kayak systems that fold down in a couple of duffel bags, long-haul folding kayaks. Way out of budget. Most of those ones are pretty expensive, right? The Grand Loop. I can sell my Perception kayak. Damn it. Geek Boy made it jump. There it is. 90s for the same price I paid for it. Yeah, I've seen some of them even more. Like you could buy brand new for less than what they're asking. Well, I paid $1,500 for it, but the going price for it brand new is $1,000. I always saw that with computers too. People selling their laptops for a crazy amount of money. The thing's 10 years old, and they want to get what they spent on it. But even a year old, you're not getting what you're going to get a very little bit. People just, inflate what the worth of some. My dad was like that. We would have like a yard sale, and he never understood why the yard sale didn't do well. But he would have just this junk, and it would be very expensive. And I'm like, who's going to buy that? Put a few bucks on it if you want to get rid of it and sell it. But it wasn't something like I didn't know the worth of it. It was just stuff that, just common stuff. He probably bought it from a yard sale and tried to turn around and sell it for a lot more. He never made anything on the yard. He did that to me. So when I was a kid, I went through one of those rent-to-own things and got a TV. It was when I still lived at home with my parents and stuff. But I got a TV through a rent-to-own thing because I wanted to have this big TV in my room. I think it was only like a 27-inch. That's how old, but that was a big TV back then, right? And I got down... I almost paid the thing off, which rent-to-own's horrible. You should never do that. But I almost paid it off. And then I moved out of the house, and he took the TV and he ended up paying like the last 2 payments or something on it like that. And then years later, he asked me if I wanted that TV. I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, I'll only charge you. He wanted, I don't know, he wanted like $150 for this TV. And I'm like, what? It was my TV. What are you talking about? And he goes, well, yeah, but I made the last 2 payments. So I was like, what was that, $20? And he tried to sell me my own TV back to me. His own son. He would always say, do you want this? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I won't charge you much for it. I'm always just, kids, here, please, kids, take this. I want you to have this. Just take it. I can't imagine charging my kids for something, even like vehicles and stuff. It's your kids. It's your kids. It's your kids. Geek Boy said my coworker in Houston had half his house blown over a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it was bad. I mean, Zenny talked about it. She had, if you're on the Discord, she talked about it on the Discord, the storms. I mean, it was warm down there and they didn't have any electricity, and she lost a lot of her Hillstream loaches. It was pretty bad. But she just said Regina's trout goodieds made it 8 days in the mail and made it here today and are all alive. Nice. I would like to get some trout goodieds at some point. That's cool, though. I'm glad they made it. What other ones do you have? Did any others come in yet? I know you said, wasn't there like 2 or 3 shipments you're waiting on, Zenny? Jennifer Weaver. Jennifer Weaver. I don't know what that was. I don't know. Chesapeake Lightcraft, Geek Boy. I knew you would know what. Yes, those are amazing. Those they sell them as kits, but they also sell them. Yeah, Coral said that. Chesapeake does kits too. Jennifer said Chesapeake. They do kits, but they also will build them for you. And my God, they are just amazing. I would never be able to do something like that. I don't have the eye for detail for that kind of stuff. Like, I'm really good at just a rough, this works. Like, if you saw her shower, my kids make fun of me all the time for the shower handles because they're one's pointing up and one's pointing down, but it works. That's me. I make things work, but it's never pretty, and those things, you really have to have an eye for detail. And I just don't have the patience or that. I just don't. The skill, too. There, Zenny says, I'm still waiting for 2 other shipments that have not made it yet, though. I hope they all make it. Tiny Teardrop Micro Camper Kit. Ooh. Okay. People just don't seem to understand that items depreciate in value with ownership. Yeah, they're trying to make money on stuff. He knew what a jerk his son was. Nathan said, my buddy has a few storage units slam packed with everything and anything, mostly junk though, and says it's his retirement. Nobody wants that rusted screwdriver or the bike with 2 pen rims. Zenny said, EF1 bordering EF2 tornado and touchdown 5 minutes away. Wow. And I'm glad you guys didn't have any damage at home. Danikin's, what is that, Ginga? Is it Ginga or is it Jinja? Ginga. Rubra Endlers and Foxy and Peps's Corey's. Pygmaeus. 3 miles away in real minutes. You should, Big Steve. You should go check them out. You really should go check out that Chesapeake place. They are just amazing. They are just works of art. So beautiful. Zen, can you explain the EF rating in simple terms? It's wind speed, basically, right? Wind speed. Isn't it? It's not based on the Beaufort scale, right? The Beaufort scale is for hurricanes. It's not for tornadoes, though, right? I can't remember. I'm looking it up. Yeah. Okay. Hurricane force. The Beaufort scale was extended in 1946 when forces 13 to 17 were added. Only special cases such as tropical cyclones. That was so interesting. The Beaufort scale. I used to carry around a anemometer. I used to have an anemometer that I would carry around with me just to catch wind speeds and see how, you know. I always had. Anytime we went on a trip or we went to hang out at my buddy Roger's house, I had the anemometer with me. Geek Boy wants to visit him someday too. Zanny says she lost about 75 Hillstream loaches. That's horrible. The other tank inhabitants were okay, and all 3 other tanks are okay. No damage and no injury, so I'm lucky. Still horrible, though. Still horrible. And again, I'm glad you guys didn't have any, damage to the house or anything like that. Enhanced fajitas. It is lunchtime. Oh. Fajita, not Fujita. Enhanced fajitas. Oh, that sounds good, doesn't it? I really would like to have a fajita, especially an enhanced fajita. 110 mile per hour straight force winds suck though. Yeah. I mean, even 60 mile per hour winds. I want a weather station I can mount on my bike like a data logger thing. I mean, anything would work that way, right? You get one of those cheap ones. I mean, obviously the anemometer is not going to work when you're paddling. They have ways though, because like people will be moving, and they have ways of just taking the speed of the move of the vehicle and the wind direction and getting that all down. I need to get back into my weather stuff. It was always, there's WHIP. It was always, I always enjoyed it. Michelle never really understood why I got into it so much. And I was like, well, I just want to know about my environment. It never got a very expensive. Most of the weather stations that I bought were, I think the most expensive one was like $250. That was it. But most of them were, almost toys, but they were good enough that with proper calibration, NOAA would accept my data. And, I just always enjoyed being able to see what my actual weather is in my specific location. Because again, being in the microclimate that we're in, so close to the lake, my weather is way different than Wolcott, which is a town. The town my village is in the town of Wolcott. Villages are the smallest here. And then there's town, city. I don't even know all the different ones, but there's a village of Wolcott, then there's also the town of Wolcott. And the town of Wolcott has like Huron and Butler and North Rose and Wolcott and all these different villages in the township. So why was I saying that? Oh, but my weather could be very, very different than the weather just a few miles away. We said hi to Whippersnapper. What time is it? It's 1:30. I did an hour and a half. Maybe I feel like I'm getting down to the bottom though. We're not. When a village is in a township, does it become a borough? No. I don't think that we have boroughs. New York City has the boroughs, but I think that's about it. I could be wrong. But I think the only place that has boroughs are in New York, I think, are New York City. Let's look. Let's learn about boroughs in New York State. Boroughs of New York City, list of counties, 5 boroughs of New York City. Yeah, it looks like that's it. Looks like that's the only place. But we have, out here where I'm at, we have, like I said, I think Let's see. Tell the truth, are you leaving just because Whip came in? Well, yeah, a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Administrative divisions of New York State. Let's see. Does it have an actual list? So we got county, city, town, census designated place. It's not part of it's a settled concentration of population. It's not part of a city or village. I don't even know where any of those are. Hamlets, there's hamlets too here. Community within a town that is not incorporated as a village, but is identified by a name. We got villages and then boroughs. Yeah, the boroughs are only in New York State. Excuse me, only in New York City. So we learned something. So we, the Grand Canyon has boroughs, different type of boroughs. And I think New York City has more asses though. So yeah, we live in the village that is in the town that is in the county. And some of the towns can be in a city as well. So you could live in a village that's in a town that's in a city that's in the county. There you go. There you go. Benjamin Peters says, I enjoy reading along with you, but man, you scare the shit out of me sometimes. He gets going on those things, and he's going to do, when is that couple out? Going to be a couple of hours. He's going to be going in Golden, a tour of Golden, Colorado, where the Coors factory is. Geek Boy says, I have one more change to do. I need to represent a change in our change control meeting, then I can escape. Well, there you go. And if you're on the Discord or just fishfam.link, you can see those. You can see when Geek Boy, I mean, obviously, if you're subscribed to them, you can see it too. Where they tint water yellow and bottle it as beer. Golden, Colorado. Where I live is considered a village, Oblong, Illinois. Oblong. Yeah, I like living in a village. You know, there's only 1,200 people, I think, in our village, and it's like 20 square miles, something like that. Killer Kitty, I got my first postcard from the Bird Buddy thing. I haven't mounted it yet. It's just sitting on a picnic table right down there, actually. It's right outside the window, just down on the ground. But I got the first, it was just a song sparrow. That was the first one. I'm surprised that there's not more though, because we've been feeding for a long time, but they just haven't really taken to it yet. So just a song sparrow. That's the only thing so far that it's captured, or it's captured and thought it was good enough to send. The pictures are okay. I've been thinking about doing the subscription so it gets the 1080p, but I don't know. I really can't afford to do any. I really shouldn't spend any money on stuff. But so far, that's all. Just the song sparrow. But I bet you we'll start getting a lot more of them here real soon. And I have to figure out where I want to actually mount it. It's got to be somewhere close by. I'm thinking, I'm actually thinking about the top of that clothesline. Why do I always forget what the hell that's called? The clothesline. I'm thinking about putting on the top of that clothesline right there. It wouldn't take much to mount it on there with the mount that came with it, because I can actually slide down the top of that and make enough room. So that would be very, very easy. It's also very close. The router is right over here by me, so that's directly right outside the window from me. So that would be a good spot for the Bird Buddy. And for anybody who doesn't know what I'm talking about, again, Killer Kitty sent me sent Michelle and I a Bird Buddy. And all it is, it's a little bird feeder, but it's got a Wi-Fi enabled camera that has some AI so that it can identify some of the birds and stuff. And it does videos and things. And I want to be able to capture the footage and be able to incorporate it in the stream. That's a goal of mine, is whenever it cites something, I don't want to do it so it's always there. I just want it to maybe pop up a little corner of the window or something and show us whatever the bird currently is. And that's it. And that's the only time it'll pop up. So it'll take some work. If I get super motivated, then we'll try and do that. Okay. Coro said it's been raining here, so I'm not going to be streaming in case I spill out like a numbskull. That's the best time, though. Pile Aquatics, what's up? It's good to see you, Mark. I was hoping you did a snarf or barf, but I skipped through and nothing. I need someone to eat for my last bingo square. I've been stuck for a week. I don't have any food by me. Oh, wait, I think I have a leftover from that Japanese stuff. Isn't there like a little... Yeah, what is this? Kanpai. Kanpai? I forgot what these even were, so here we go. Ooh. It smells sort of plasticky. I don't even remember what these tasted like. Sort of like the American Smarties. Not the better Canadian Smarties. The Canadian Smarties are good. The American ones are meh. That's what it tastes like. It's just it's like a little sugar pill. There you go, I'm eating. I have nothing for the Snarfer Barf, though. I'm out of everything. I have nothing for it. So if people want to, let me know. Eat a dog treat. Stick something in your mouth already. Lady Rorschach said, my sister has a friend that lives... Oh, damn it, it jumped. My sister has a friend that lives in Lindenhurst, New York. Lindenhurst. I don't know where that is, but it does sound familiar. Lindenhurst with a Y. There it is. Suffolk County, okay. So, yeah, that's way down, way south. Yeah, on Long Island. That's why I haven't been to the city since I was a little kid. Now, I haven't been to the city since we moved here. But when I was a little kid, I went with my dad quite often when he delivered RVs. He worked for Coachman. So he would drive the RVs from the factory to the dealership. And when I was little, I would go with him. So I've been through New York City, but it was way back when, like in the, 70s, probably. Maybe even earlier. It's on the southern side of Montauk Highway. Oh, no, that was Hurricane Sandy. Sorry. Killer Kitty says, I love song sparrows. It does take a little while. I think it's a camera learning thing. If you still have a 3D printer, there are free prints to make a bigger perch for larger birds. Oh, gotcha. I do. I have a resin printer. So maybe I'll look into that and see. But it's sitting right now it's sitting on the picnic table, so even the squirrels could get to it, but Even they haven't discovered it yet. The clouds are starting to roll in. Okay. You can eat ice or an aquarium plant for all I care as long as you choose it. Geek boy. My family would never let me live it down if I moved to a village. Oh, Killer Kitty, thank you. You know what? I'm just going to... this was going to be the very first month ever that since I've been monetized that I didn't get a check from YouTube. This was going to be the first month. And because I haven't streamed, I haven't done anything. I made some Wally videos and that's it. So because Killer Kitty just did that $10 super chat, I will get a check this month from, because they only send you a check if you make $100. And this was going to be the very first month ever that I've been monetized that I didn't hit that mark. So thank you very much, Killer Kitty. It's, you know, when you don't stream, that's for people like me, the YouTube income comes from streaming. You know, I have one video that's got like 17,000 views or very close to 17,000 views. It's made me $36, I think. Let me go look. But that's it. Nothing else comes from videos. It's all from live streams. Live streams are the only place where income where the income comes from. Income come. Toasty. Yeah, it God, my hand is shaking. I just started that 28 days. Let's go the last year. Yeah, so it's actually that video. See at the very top there, $39.04. In the last year, $39.04. But the next closest video is $1, and then after that they're 10 cents, 11 cents. So when you look at live streams, though, good Lord. When you look at live streams, look at the difference. You see my hand is just shaking. You know? So for people in my situation, that's the live streams are where it's at. And if you don't live stream, you don't make any money. Are we doing a bunch of membership stuff? I hear a lot of toasties going off. Shady Grady, how do I send you something? Well, first of all, thank you even for considering it. But my email is right at the top of the screen. Just shoot me an email. You can just just say, I'd like to send you something for Snarfer Barf, and I will shoot you my home address. And there's, as long as it's a legitimate food item, right? It's got to be something that was created for humans to ingest for food, right? That's it. There's no other requirements or limits or anything. Now, one chip challenge I've already done. I will never do that again. So anything other than one chip challenge type stuff, if it's just something hot, okay. I don't mind hot stuff. I do like hot foods. And I've tried so many different things that people have sent me. But yeah, send me an email and I will shoot you my address. And I really do appreciate you sending stuff because, again, the Snarfer Barf only happens because of you guys. So thank you guys so much for all of you. Like Nathan just said there, once I get my monthly pay, I'll be sending a little something. I appreciate that. Nathan has sent me just a ton of stuff. Stephen and Jen, I shouldn't say names because I'm going to forget people. So many people have sent me things for the Snarfer Barf, and it's just, amazing. So thank you very much to everybody that has sent stuff along. Can't do it without you. Can we start a new game where we send Rico hard to pronounce shit and make him read it? There you go. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. For Moses, he knows his toes aren't roses, as Moses supposes his toes to be. I gotta jump up. We are friends on Facebook. If you want to send me your address, I can do that as well. Can you do me a favor though and send me a note on Facebook because I will forget. That's fine too. Yeah, yeah. If we're friends on Facebook, then shoot me a message there, because otherwise I'll forget. I just had a water change overflow disaster. Oh no, all fixed now. Spread seed around the area, they will find it. Yeah, yeah, that's what we do, and I feed. See, it's right down out the window here, but in the other window right next to it, so our windowsills are pretty deep. They're about I don't know, they're about 10 inches deep, the windowsills, and I will load up that other windowsill with bird seed and suet and stuff. And I know you're not supposed to do that because, the bird poop and stuff. I keep it clean. I get the stuff out of there. I just like being able to have the birds right there. So I haven't done that this year though. So that might be part of the reason. But in past years, I just load up that whole windowsill with bird seed and suet. So they are at least in the area. I thought about taking a bunch of the bird seed too and just spread it out in the grass in an area and letting the stuff grow. We haven't seen the fillet of fish in a while. Fillet of fish sounds good right now. I can go with the fillet of fish. Okay. 26 months, yeah. Pooplin says, me too. Hope Foxanne's doing good. Justin, what's up, Justin? How's Florida today? It's geek, don't go spreading your seed around, Nancy said. Pyle said we have some, that's Mark, we have some storms forecast to start rolling in at any time. A little worried because I have some flooding issues. Oh, and he's going to put down some heavy rain. Ugh, hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. We're waiting on rain too right now, and it's supposed to be pretty good. I don't worry about flooding very often. I mean, it's got to really rain heavy. The only thing we worry about with flooding is there's only one road to get into the neighborhood, and it's right by the back part of the bay, and the water already comes up very close to that road. So when the bay gets filled, like sometimes they close the channel off and they put weed killer in the bay. The DEC comes out and does it. I hate it, but whatever. It's the Bay administration. So it's almost like a homeowners type thing, but it's not. They don't have any control over doing anything, but they get donations and things, and they'll put the weed killer in the bay and hire the people to come out and close the channel and all that kind of stuff. But when they close the channel and we get the heavy rains, then the road into the neighborhood will sometimes, the water will be right up on it. Luckily, we're at the top of a hill, though. So the house itself, we don't worry about it. My seeds needs to not spread anywhere. Pooplin, Geekboy 28. Dee Dee's at 29. Wow. 29. Man. Coming up on 3 years of memberships. That is that's amazing. And for the people that have been here that whole time, thank you so much. God, I mean, because you get nothing out of it. At least with the other channels, you're getting something. All you get is the joy of supporting me. That's it. That's the whole thing. That's all you get. Nothing else. I've done 3 videos for members only. So it's really not, thank you. I need to get better at just saying thank you. Whip says, my hand does that from time to time. I don't know why. I don't normally get that. Look at that. Am I nervous? I don't know. I don't feel nervous. I don't know. I joined day one, for crying out loud. I don't know. Maybe it may be tomorrow. Maybe it's that close. Pete Boy? Yeah, you've been there since the beginning. Thank you so much, too. All your support over the years. All of you guys. Thank you so much. And support doesn't have to be financial. I'm not talking about just all of the super chats and the membership stuff, because I get it. I'm only a member on like 4 channels. I can't afford to do it. So I understand. I don't ever hold against somebody for not being a member. But I really do appreciate when people are members or they do the super chats and stuff. But be in here. Just be in here. People, John McKenzie's been here since the beginning. So many of you guys have been around for that whole time. And I mean, I've been talking for 2 hours today and we've talked about nothing. And we're still 38 people. We probably averaged 35 people the whole time. I'll post his address on Discord. Just kidding, I won't do that. Most of the people on the Discord probably already have it, though. I said that weird. Most of the people on the Discord already have it, though. It's like a radio voice or something. Oh, Sour Power Challenge. Sour Power. I did that one. The sour one, which wasn't that, it wasn't that good. It jumped on me again. Thank you, Zenny, for dropping the links. Pooplin, how is Foxanne? She sent me a text right when I was streaming, and it looks like she's having some eye problems. Oh, from the grandkids. I hope Foxanne's doing okay. Hope she's doing good. Mark, OG, original gangsters. Elfish, thank you for joining. Thank you, I appreciate it. And Elfish and oh God, what's Carolyn's new name? Eternal Hope. Where is it? They sent me some. I've talked about it so many times. They sent me some no-bake cookies that were so good. They were so good. No-bake cookies are my favorite, hands down, cookie by far. And the ones they sent were very good. They were so good. Do I make my own suet? I have, just bacon grease with different stuff in it. Most of the time, I just get it, and I don't even know, often the kids will just pick some up for me. They know I like to put it out. So sometimes it'll be from Tractor Supply or Walmart or whatever. This is Heath Outdoor Products. So I don't really, look at it too closely. Whatever they bring me or whatever I pick up is fine. I need to put this one out too, though. But we do get a lot of nuthatches. We get a lot of northern flickers. We get a lot of trying to think which other ones would like, the redhead woodpecker. I'm drawing a blank. Well, we get a lot of the ones that like the suet that come around. So it's worth it to put it out. We also get a ton of grackles. That'll be starting anytime now. Grackles are beautiful when you look up close. They're iridescent. They've got like a purplish. They're beautiful birds, but they how do I do? They're gluttons. They'll attack that feeder and just wipe it out super quickly. And they're sort of pest birds a little bit, but they're absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Hoping to get some beer in Golden this evening. There's a good beer garden there. And for anybody that is interested in really good beers and stuff, there is a channel on the Discord where people are posting all the beers that they're drinking and stuff. It's not supposed to be that, but that's what it is now. The spider plant was getting me, I think. I don't know. Maybe it might be the fern. That's not doing so good either. Whip said they're supposed to have the storm of the century yesterday, and while we lost power, because we always lose power, we didn't really see much action. Yeah. We haven't had a great storm. we lose power quite a bit too, though, quite often. It has gotten a little bit better. It has gotten a little bit better. All right. TK cut his hair yesterday. I like it short because it's so hot in the summer. I just don't cut my hair anymore. I mean, I'll do, the ponytail. And that lifts it up off my neck enough, and that's way cooler. But that's the extent of it. Beer grows in a garden. Colorado is the promised land. Wally stickers or emojis for the membership thing. It grows right into the money trees. We do get something. We get to hang out with you. Yeah. Well, I get to hang out with you, so that's not really fair that you have to pay me to hang out with me. This is definitely better for me. I get more out of this. Yeah. Anyways. Wally. Wally. Whip says, I was the 5th person to join, but Google Pay had trouble with that, so not a member anymore. Yeah, and I get it. There he is. There he is. Come here. You're going to go up this way? Okay, yeah, come up this way. There he is. There he is. You got a bath today. You got a bath today, didn't you? Was it a good bath? Was it a good bath? Huh? Was it a good bath? He's a good boy. He's a good doggy. Yes, he is. Where's your sister? Where's 11? Huh? Where's 11? Is she going to come in? 11's. Wally Wallers. She's a good boy. Oh. I love this doggy so much. You got a face for radio. Yeah, it's true. Zenny, my anxiety meds give me the shakes. Oh, you know what? I ran out. I ran out of them. I'm on Zoloft now, and I'm only on 100 milligrams of Zoloft. But I ran out on Sunday, and they didn't respond. I guess they sent my prescription in, but they didn't tell me they did, and I didn't get the notification from the pharmacy that I had it there, so I didn't know. And so I reached out again to them yesterday afternoon, saying, "Hey, I'm out. I need the Zoloft," and they said they responded today and said they had sent it a few days ago when I told them about it. So somebody's going to pick it up today. So I've been off the Zoloft since Sunday. So that could be. Zoloft isn't supposed to really have a lot of withdrawals compared to like Cymbalta, stuff like that. You don't really have to wean so much off of it. You shouldn't quit cold turkey, but it doesn't have near as bad. So I'm not feeling one way or the other from not having it. It's been okay. I'm always happy to support my friends. Okay, scrolling down. Jeff said I was a member of 30 channels. Yeah, that's about where I was at one time. I'm still working on reorganizing. Actually, you know what? No, I probably never hit 30 because when I was able to afford the memberships, not as many people had memberships, right? They opened it up to the 500 and below or 500 and above. And then a lot of our community has grown and made it to 1,000 subs and have memberships and all the whole thing. So I didn't, not near as many people had memberships available as Today, you've got a million choices for which channels you want to be a member of. Whereas back, 2 years ago, there wasn't near as many. Zenny, I'm going to take this outside. I really, really think that we're going to be seeing Zen Ginger this year at an event. I really think it's going to happen. And I'm so looking forward to it. So looking forward to it. Currently stopped and shopping for lunch tomorrow for 150 people. Wow. Jesus. Orioles, yes. Orioles, we definitely get a lot of Orioles. Hummingbirds, yep. Wait, what? What happened to the Pokemon fish? They're still working, right? Did somebody catch it? I'll have to scroll down. Orioles are one of my favorites. I love their song. It's so liquid. And we do get a lot of the Baltimore Orioles specifically. In fact, I just saw some the other day. We didn't get bluebirds very often, eastern bluebirds. We hardly ever saw them. Fumi, who runs the winery on the next road over, she said she has quite a few of them. I even had houses out for a while and we never saw them. But this year I've seen a ton. So I don't know if they've recovered from the starlings a little bit or what. I don't know why I've seen so many, but I've seen a ton of bluebirds and a ton of the Baltimore Orioles so far. I think Orioles might be my favorite song. It's just very liquid. It's just very smooth. And I love seeing the Baltimore Orioles. And I do have an Oriole feeder where we put out the nectar, and we do put like orange slices out sometimes for them too. And hummingbirds, yeah, we get quite a few hummingbirds as well. Tons of hummingbirds. We actually have a trumpet vine. I try not to do too very many non-natives, but we do have a trumpet vine. I've always loved those. It's right by the front door, and when I planted it, I strung a fishing line along the wall so that it would grab onto that. And it's not good to have, plants growing into your siding and stuff. But again, the siding's all got to come down. It's all got to just go away. So I'm not too worried about the damage that it'll do. And that trumpet vine now has grown up, and it covers up that whole corner of the house and then goes over the front door as well and starts growing on that side. So it makes the front door just look more like a tunnel. And I absolutely love it. And the hummingbirds love those flowers from the trumpet vine. I do try to do mostly natives though, like I have on the north side of the house. I put some ferns and they didn't do great. So last year I went and I got some of the silver leaf. That's a native. I pulled it up from the beach and I planted it on the north side, and it does really well in all different kinds. It's a native that doesn't get super big, but it looks like a fern, but it gets like little yellow flowers on it. And it doesn't get huge, but it spreads out really nice. It looks like strawberries the way it spreads. And it's growing all down the north part of the house. Just on the ground, it's only about maybe less than a foot high, but it's just beautiful. And it's taken up that whole row over there where I spread mulch right on the north side. I absolutely love it. And I love that it's just basically a weed. It's a weed, but it looks good. Okay. Lisa. Hi, Lisa. I got to scroll back up. But I saw Lisa came in. Okay, we got that. Got that. Lagged out. Wait. Beer Channel. Why is this the first channel I'm hearing about this? It's the... hold on. What am I doing? Sorry, there was a message from Michelle, so I got distracted. It's which one is it? Oh, crafts and DIY. But it's been co-opted. It's been taken over by craft beer. And there's a bunch of pictures of Geek Boy posts a lot on there about all the different beers and stuff they drink. All things fish. Mike does quite a bit on there. Let's see. Elfish says, every once in a while I get motivated. Whip, haircuts are for quitters. How much would one have to super chat to get you to dye your hair some funky color? Oh, I don't know. I feel like if I did that, I'd want to do it for like charity or something. Believe me, I can use money. Don't get me wrong, I can use money. But for something like that, where it's you know, where we're doing something for money, I feel like it should be, the money should go towards a charity or some, you know. So again, if I start to stream regularly again, I will try and raise money for the plaque for Myrtle on from the Arkoff. And maybe that would be a good thing to do towards that, you know. Maybe if we reach a certain level, because you know, you can see a lot of the, when I dyed it last year, a lot of it's gone, so it's getting pretty gray. So it'll dye pretty easily. So you know, maybe you guys pick the color and stuff, and we raise a certain amount of money for it. That would be cool. I would do that, and I would have no problem even doing the beard and the hair, maybe different colors. I'm all, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. We have to pick some kind of good charity or something. Oh. It is so humid right now and just thick. And it's starting to get dark out there. You see the clouds, they're coming from the west. Still isn't anything to speak of, though. And it's supposed to be right about now when it hits. That's why I've gone over 2 o'clock. Is Berto streaming? He was going to start streaming again at 2 on Wednesdays. I'm going to go look and see. No. Okay, I didn't want to go over him if he was going to go. I want you to see 11. Damn it, 11! You know what? I'm going to go get her because I want you to see her haircut. The thumbnail from today, that is 11. And it just looks so weird because it just looks like she's just like a little ball. Hold on. I'm going to go get her. I'm going to go get 11. Hold on. Oh. Why you not come see me? I call and call and call. You don't come see your papa. What's up with that? What's up with that? She got her hair cut. Look. She doesn't have a bunch of the hair no more. Oh, Wally's so jealous. She got her hair cut. Who's Mr. Jealous? Who's jealous? Oh, I just love you, 11. I love 11. She's a good girl. So if you look at the thumbnail and then look at that, she looks so much younger. It's weird how much she got her summer shave, though. She a good girl. She a good girl. She's a good doggy. What's out there? What's out there? Okay, I'll put you down now. Thank you. We'll see you later, okay? Yeah. See ya. Oh. Okay. Geek Boy says you can blame Crypt Keeper for the craft channel becoming the craft beer channel. Was it Tim's fault? I didn't know who did it, but I see guys talking about it from time to time. Geek Boy says Zoloft has helped me with my anxiety too. I ran out when we were on vacation. And how did you feel when you ran out? Oh, we went off to a meeting. Okay. The Zoloft, I think, has helped a little bit, but at the same time, I hate taking anything, and it does seem like it's taken away the highs, right? I don't have the motivation to do much of anything. Where before I would go through those phases where it was almost manic, like I would do all kinds of stuff and I was very busy, and then I would crash, and so it's taken the highs away, and so I haven't really I have so much to do in this room. I have so much to do with the stream. I have so much to do outside. I mean, there's so much to do. Just all the stuff that I think about all the time. We talked about draining water heaters, you need to drain your water heater from time to time, especially if you live in a place where you have very hard water. If you live in a place where it's soft water, it's not that big of a deal. But when you have hard water like we do, which is incredibly hard water, inside the water heater gets filled up with sediment and you need to flush it from time to time. All that kind of stuff is just bouncing around in my head every single night when I'm trying to go to sleep, unless I have a little help to go to sleep. Because I think about all those things that you have to do to take care of a house. We need to have the windows replaced. We have to have the siding done. How long is the water pump for the well going to last? Because it's getting pretty old and they're very expensive. What can I do to make that last longer? And there's so many, that's the kind of stuff I'm constantly, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen next? What do I do with this? I mean, that's just life, right? I'm sure everybody else goes through that too. I got off my train of thought there. Anyways, it's hot. So if Zen doesn't make it to an event, we all just show up at her house at the end of the year? Yes, that's what Zenny said. ZenCon 2024. That's what Zenny said. She said that. She said if she doesn't make it to one of the events, then we're all invited to her house for Christmas. So and she was going to buy presents for everybody. Everybody that was going to be able to make it, she was going to buy presents for. So that's from her. I mean, I could show you the screenshots. That's what she said. That's not me. She's very giving. She's a very giving person. Will Zenny let someone take a picture of her, though? You can print the suet and fruit holders for the Bird Buddy, too. Gotcha. I think the event should be we all just show up in Zen's yard, but not until at least fall, because F Texas heat. Yeah. I think we'll see Zen on camera sooner rather than later. She's always been a huge part of the family, which is really getting the love out these days, sending fish to everyone, especially to people with the letter Nathan in your name. Letter Nathan. Letter. But you separate it. Yes. Did someone say Zen's having a party at your house and we're all invited? Yes. Zenny is the pants party and we're all invited. And, Zenny doesn't want to be on camera too much. So, I don't want to continue to pressure her about it because, I got to imagine it makes her feel uncomfortable with people constantly saying, hey, when are we going to see you? When are we going to see you? So I try not to do it. She knows we want to see her, but when she's ready, she'll be ready. She'll be ready. It's all on her. No pressure. I hope you set up, Zen. Can I borrow your Monstera for back out? Oh, that is a beautiful Monstera. I've got one too. It's back. You can't see it. It's. Oh no, it's right behind this pothos. Yeah. It's doing okay. It's not doing great. Again, it's me though. I have not been taking care of the plants very good. It's back to what I was talking about with the motivation, not doing stuff. I haven't felt like taking care of the plants. I haven't felt like doing any of it. See you, brother Dan. It's good to see you. Time to get Jay at school. Enjoy the time with the grandkids. Jeff's back to scrubbing condensers. Math out how much dyeing it will cost. Well, my daughter and my wife and Michelle both dye their hair, or color their hair, I should say, because it's not always dyeing. Sometimes it's bleaching. They do it quite often, so there's a lot of stuff here to do it. So I probably wouldn't need too much. Do the hair for charity and the beard for you. Michelle deserves a steak once in a while too. Nice. Okay. Ask Jenna and Matt. I had some great examples of hair colors for Steven when he did his. Elfish is going on the list. I'm also on a lot of lists. Dee Dee says it's thundering here while sun is shining. Wish that's what I want too. I want a thunderstorm. That's why I'm going long here. I'm waiting for this storm to come in. It was supposed to be between like 1:30 and 2, but I didn't see anything on the radar again, although it is starting to get darker. My grandfather used to say that meant the devil was beating his wife. Not sure why that was a thing he told kids, but here we are. Rule of thumb. There's a little bit. Not much. So the blue dot is us. Sorry, my hand is shaking so bad. You see that one storm blew up right north of us and then just past us. So yeah, there's still really nothing. And this was supposed to be like a good storm. There it is down by Elfish and Eternal Hope. So maybe it's coming, but it's still ways away. And it looks like most of the energy from it is gone, though. Look, I mean, the stuff that's over Lake Erie is picking up. That looks great. That storm over Lake Erie there on the corner looks good, but who knows what it'll be like by the time it gets to us. I'm back. My meeting didn't start till 1. I can't read a digital clock. Geek only reads sundials. I didn't get too much of a difference with my move without the Zoloft. I never even get close to Manic, so I've not had that go away. Gotcha. Manic is when I get all my shit done. Yeah, I don't think I could function without the upswing. See? Yeah, that's the difficult part of it. That's what sucks about it. But I have to do something. I have to do something because I was not going to a good place. It's still not a good place, but it's a better place. It was just darker and darker. And I used to have a lot more of this, but it started doing more of this. You know what I mean? Where the lows were just way longer. And I know I couldn't keep going on like that. So I had to do something. So if it takes the tops out, it's still better than having all the lows. Haircuts are for quitters and puppers. She does look good with it. She does look good with that haircut. Okay. Ooh, it just got way cooler. You get a hill stream. You get a hill stream. Everyone gets a hill stream. Elaine said, bluebird houses need monitored because the house sparrows take them over in spring and wrens fill them with sticks. Yeah. Not enough bugs from anymore. You have to feed them mealworms. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And we used to never see them at all, but now they're all over the place. And the starlings take over a lot of their spots too. The European starlings, which we have all over the place. And they take a lot of their houses away. A lot of them. Zenny says, for the record, it makes you feel good to know people care, but also makes you want to projectile vomit at the thought of being on screen and talking. So, MNC, what's up? MNC, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having some better time lately. Well, you know what? Nathan wants some clouds. Pray for clouds. Testy, come at me, bro. JT, hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Geek Boy says we were supposed to get pretty bad storms yesterday. Didn't see the big ones. They're waiting on us. Warning us about nothing up north at our house. Elaine says I'm using the class as motivation to get my health back after COVID, but it's 2 steps forward. Oh, gotcha. Breaking 3 ribs sent me back a lot. I bet. Man. JT, long time no see. Yep. It's been quite some time. Nathan said, if you've seen the movie Boondock Saints, you'd know the reference. It's true, back in the day, a man could beat his wife. Yeah. Movie claimed that's where the saying ruled. That's what I always heard, too. Yep. Stick wasn't bigger than his thumb. Yep. That's what I always heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what I always heard, was that that's exactly it. You could beat your wife with a stick as long as the circumference wasn't bigger around than your thumb. And that's a great movie too, Boondock Saints. I absolutely love it. There we go. I did start getting further down when I was off the Zoloft. Had a harder time dealing with my wife's troubles without it. It's definitely better for me to be on it. Yeah. Lane says Zoloft was too much for me. I had a doctor switch me. I don't even know. I'm on a triptyline. I think the Zoloft might be the one for me. The Cymbalta definitely was not. The Cymbalta messed me up. And that one I had to wean off, so it took some time. But I think the Zoloft was helping me. I think so. I think I seem to be, a little bit better. I think so. John Wayne movie, The Quiet Man, also referenced rule of thumb. Well, let's just look it up. Shall we? Somebody already probably did. All right. We'll go with the Wikipedia for it. That's a good place to start, right? There's phrases.org.uk. Let's look at that one first and see what they say. It's a means of estimation made according to a rough and ready practical rule, not based on science or exact measurement. Oh, it says here, in popular imagination, in England at least, the rule of thumb has been said to derive from the belief that English law allowed a man to beat his wife with a stick so long as it was no thicker than his thumb. Judge Francis Bueller, who is said wrongly to be the origin of the phrase rule of thumb. That's not the case, although it is true that English common law once held that it was legal for a man to chastise his wife in moderation. It's never been in England. So that could be... yeah, that could just be a wives' tale. Let's see if it says. Let's see what the Wikipedia says. Yeah, Sir Francis Bueller. It was a rumor that he said it. Also, there was an old law that once allowed moderate beatings by husbands. Good God. But he did not mention thumbs or any specific implements. Wife beating has been officially outlawed for centuries in England and the rest of the UK and the United States, but continued in practice. Several 19th century American court rulings referred to an ancient doctrine that the judges believed had allowed us husbands to physically punish their wives using implements no thicker than their thumbs. The phrase rule of thumb first became associated with domestic abuse in the 1970s, after which spurious legal definition was cited as factual in a number of law journals, and the United States Commission on Civil Rights published a report on domestic abuse entitled Under the Rule of Thumb in 1982. Wow. Some efforts were made to discourage the phrase when it was seen as taboo owing to a false origin. During the 1990s, several authors correctly identified the spurious etymology. However, the connection to domestic violence was cited in some legal sources even into the early 2000s. There we go. There we go. It's just wrong. I had to get off Zoloft and Wellbutrin. Well, see, that's exactly where we're going. We're going to do the Zoloft until we get to the right level, which in a couple of weeks I go back and we talk about. I think we're going to increase it up to 150. But once we get the level sorted out with that, then the Wellbutrin was going to be the next addition. And that's just what my doctor suggested. She said that's a good combination that she's used for other people, and that's what we would try. But you stopped it before feeling buzzy, and you couldn't take the Klonopin or the Seroquel. So it's a constant struggle. I've been unmedicated for over a year, and it's not great. I wish I didn't hate dealing with docs and the system. And I'm with you, Coral, because being unmedicated is not super fun. Yeah. Some people really suck. And I understand about not wanting to deal. I'm lucky, though. I do have a good doctor and his PA. I see his PA more often than him. But he comes in and says hi every time I go in and stuff, because he just absolutely loves my daughter. My daughter worked for him. And he goes out of his way to, to ask about her, and they still talk all the time and stuff. They've got a good friendship. So, but I finally found doctors that I trust. Not my rheumatologist. I've had nothing but problems with the rheumatologist, but my general practitioner and the PA, I like them. They'll drop F-bombs, they're just, every time I see the doctor himself, he'll say, you're just an effing mess, but he says, what do you want to do? What, he listens to me. He's not against using like, holistic type stuff. When I told him doing the, acupuncture help with my stress levels, he's like, that's great, you should look into more stuff like that. He's all for trying those things, whatever works, and it doesn't hurt you, that's what you should do. He doesn't try to push me into taking medications and things. He'll let me decide if I want to take them. If it's not working, he listens to me, whereas my last doctor actually fired me because I said, these medications aren't working for me. They're making me sick. I can't take these anymore. And they didn't listen to me. Both my rheumatologist and my general practitioner didn't listen to me. And I was like sick all the time, and I finally just stopped taking them. I stopped taking them in January, and I saw the doctor in March and said, listen, I haven't been taking the meds since January. And he was like, why? And I said, I've told you, they make me feel worse. My quality of life is way worse on those meds than without it. I can deal with the pain more than I can deal with the sickness. And he goes, oh, well, okay. And then when I left, I got home, and his nurse called me and said, the doctor is going to fire you. He feels like you took advantage of him for not taking the meds, for taking control of my own, medical needs. And I'd seen that guy for 13 years. So I was pissed off. I was like, he couldn't even tell me. He could have told me right then and there. But no, he had his nurse call me. It was wrong. So I'm lucky now that I mean, that's so important. If you've got a chronic illness, you've got to keep pushing until you find the doctor that works with you. It's just so important. All right. My doc retired, and I'm having a hard time picking a good new doc, although telemedicine, I'm not a fan. It's great, but not for me. I do like telemedicine for most of the time. It's most of the time I like telemedicine for most things, just because then I don't have to go to the doctor's office. Now that I'm established with my doctor, I wouldn't want to see a doctor for the first time using telemedicine, but now it's great. I just, I don't have to drive 40 minutes away. I don't have to go into the doctor's office where there's a bunch of sick people sitting in the waiting room. I don't have to be near all of that. I only go see her when it's something when it's physical, that I need, that she has to see me for whatever reason. It's so much better. Chris Ladd says the healthcare industry is a bigger mess than the public realizes. I agree with that. Oh my God, it's one of the biggest, I don't want to get into it, but insurance companies are a drain on our society. Matt says, I've also been fired by doctors, but it's for the best. I prefer to go into the office, but telemedicine is much easier now. My commute schedule sucks so bad. Yeah. That's the secret, is a doctor that cares. Yeah. If my doctor tells me you're an effing mess, I think I would be very concerned. Well, but I am. I am. You're an effing weirdo, ask Testy. I am a mess. And thanks, Ben. Good on you. Yeah, I was hoping that the storm would come in. They do make more money if they keep you sick. They do. And insurance companies, not just in health, but in everything, it angers me every time I think about it. There's some insurance that is, legitimate, good. And I don't mean to say that it's a scam. It's just that, increasing healthcare costs. Why are the healthcare costs increasing? Because your insurance went up. It's ridiculous. And they cover less and less. Like I had to jump through hoops to get something that my doctor said I needed to have done, not even a procedure, just a test that I had to have done, but they would not pay for it. They would not okay it. If my doctor's saying that I need to have this, I don't think the insurance company should have any right to say, no, you don't. I don't think they should. They shouldn't be involved in it. They hire medical people, but they're not doctors and they don't know everything. And insurance pisses me off. It really does. Shady Grady said, how important is to have a good doctor? I waited 4.5 years to find the right surgeon to work on my ankle. Now next physical, I'm going to go in for surgery. Understand. Yeah. You got to take the time to find one, especially again, if you have a chronic illness. If it's always good to have a good doctor anyways, but if you have a chronic illness, it's imperative that you find that doctor that works good with you. Doctor hiding behind the skirt. Yeah. I will say it, it's definitely a scam. If I had a PCP already, I think I'd be fine, but I need to talk to a therapist or psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. It sort of fits. It's my psychiatrist. I like it. Psychiatrist. In person, I think I need the direct eye contact to feel heard. I think, yeah, I could see that. I don't go to therapy except with my doctor a little bit. I have tried telemedicine for that TalkSpace that I always used to get Talk Studio confused with. Bex used to correct me all the time because she knew I was messing them up, and I do miss Bex and Kyle. But I tried that for a while, and that's not. I get where you're coming from, Zenny. Like seeing face to face for those types of things, I think would be helpful. They have the right to refuse you. I don't think the pharmacy should say yes or no. You're allowed to have this medication if your doctor is prescribing it. Yeah. Does Zenger go up on camera with his telemedicine? Y'all are my therapy. Yeah. That's why it's been difficult over the last month, missing out. It's darker. Well, it's been more than 2.5 hours. Actually, we're 20 minutes away from a 3-hour stream. I don't think the storm's going to happen for probably another hour at least. So I think I'm going to go. Geek Boy, when are you going? Are you, you said you were going to do that later, but that's still a couple hours away. And Geek Boy, please tell him I said hi well, it's too late now. My wife was going to have lunch with them this afternoon. Not sure if she's able to get up and out for it. Gotcha. Well, if you can, tell him I said hi. I do text Bex from time to time, but not near often enough. But, a lot of times I just don't feel like talking to anybody. Whew. Man, the humidity is crazy right now. 90 degrees and 100% humidity is just, for us, I know that in Florida, that's, wait, we believe the insurance is a scam? Insurance has saved my ass. Yeah, I believe that health insurance is, pharmaceutical companies are in my opinion, them and the legalized loan sharks preying on our children. But insurance companies have denied people life-saving care. Insurance companies constantly raise premiums, but you don't get anything more out of it. They cover less, but it costs more. Year after year after year. People have insurance who can't afford to go to the doctor. They have such a high deductible that they can't afford to go to the doctor. So why even have insurance? They pay every month for this insurance that they can't even use. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But pharmaceutical companies are definitely right. Yeah, even more so. I would agree that those are even more to blame, As Renee would say, wow. Yeah. Yeah, pay crazy prices for the drugs. And yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Our prices for the drugs. How did I catch the Pokemon who appeared? I didn't think I ever did it once. I must have been testing. What is it? Is it the shrimp? Where the hell is it? Somebody get it. Oh yeah, it is the shrimp. So I must have caught that when I was doing the testing to get it. Who appeared? Look, You have already caught the Pokemon who appeared. Did I know that that was spelled wrong? Did somebody point that out? I feel like somebody pointed that out to me before, and I was supposed to fix it, and I never did. Appeared. App-eared. App-eared. What? There we go. It's gone. It's gone. Yeah. So, do I need to add more to the catch stuff? Are you guys coming across where there's hardly anything left for you to catch? Oh, there's somebody moving outside. Was my my youngest son and Puggers. Look how bright it got now. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm clicking buttons. Thanks for hanging out with me for 2 hours and 45 minutes and 30 seconds. Now you can end the stream. Delete shrimp. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. We'll see you when we see you. And thank you. Ever hopeful. See ya. You already got through. Pretty stormy storm blew through. Nice. I did see the radar. You guys look like you got hit pretty well. Okay. Now I'm leaving. We'll see you guys.